You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I am back. Rudrance for Black and White Sports 2. Well, we're going to talk about the Colts, Jim Irsay, Andrew Luck, and the Washington Commanders. Somehow this shouldn't surprise us under Dan Snyder's leadership, but here we are. Well, the Washington Commanders / Redskins, God, they're always going to be the Redskins to me. I just don't give a rip. So they were right. They were being honest when they came out and said, we literally turned over every rock we could a couple of years ago looking for a quarterback. Famously, they called the Chiefs about whether or not they were willing to trade Patrick Mahomes. I mean, that's kind of a joke as far as it's almost like, look, this is a story we can tell later and show the fan base how much we're trying to find us a quarterback. Well, the Washington Commanders may have ended up in some hot water here involving tampering. Now, depending on how you look at how the NFL is handling tampering now, considering the Cardinals and the Eagles were able to work out their own tampering trade, something, punishment, whatever you want to call it, whatever you call it, it looked like a joke, Roger Goodell. You freaking clown. So anyway, we got this, and this was not even about Andrew Luck. This was an article ESPN did about Sam Howell, which, by the way, the Washington Commanders actually believe in Sam Howell, and honestly, maybe they got some reason for it. They did mention in here, which kind of caught my eye, the one quarterback they did have an eye on in the draft was Hendon Hooker. But that was it. That was the only quarterback they actually glanced at. They're big in Sam Howell. He flashed a little bit last year. We'll see. Okay, Eric Bieniemy, you are the offensive coordinator in Washington. Everybody's been talking up a great game for you. Well, you own this offense. We're going to see what you can do now. So, this was dropped in a tasty nugget into this Sam Howell article involving ESPN. So, they talked about Will Levis, Hendon Hooker, and it's talking about looking everywhere for a quarterback. Even so, they didn't feel the same urgency they did last offseason when they called every team that might have a quarterback available. They even phoned about retired Andrew Luck, just in case. And they go on to talk about they ultimately went and got Carson Wentz. Well, that caught the attention of one Jim Irsay, the owner of the Indianapolis Colts, Andrew Luck's former team, and the team that still has the rights to Andrew Luck. By the way, still only 33 years old, but evidently he's still plenty happy being retired. When writing it up last night, this is Florio, I'm sure, on this article. I can't imagine it won't be, considering it's tampering and he hates the Commanders with a passion. When writing it up last night, I gave the Commanders the benefit of the doubt, assuming they had asked Colts about Luck without going to Luck directly. Well, that wasn't right. Jim Irsay tweeted this out 11 minutes after Florio dropped that article. And that's the official blue check mark. If any NFL team attempted to contact Andrew Luck or any associate to him to play for their franchise, it would be a clear violation of the league's tampering policy. Cowboys Nation, of course, weighed in at record speed on this. Dan Snyder ignoring league rules. Nah, not Dan. Yeah, Dan. Even Robert Griffin III. Look, RG3 has got a lot of brain-dead takes. This is one of the funniest things I've seen. Actually, this is funny. Dave Chappelle show. Dave Chappelle running for the hills because he just pissed everybody in the room off. Really funny episode of the Chappelle show, by the way. Still one of the greatest shows ever created in life. So, no big deal, right? Wrong. Jim Irsay and the Colts are asking the NFL to open a formal investigation on tampering by the Washington Commanders. on Andrew Luck. This is wild. The Indianapolis Colts have reportedly requested a formal NFL investigation of alleged tampering by the Washington Commanders following a report that the franchise reached out to Andrew Luck. Look, here's my only issue with all of this. A lot of these guys all have the same agents. And I think in this case, it may be his dad, Oliver Luck. Not sure for sure, but I seem to remember something about that. And how do you tell a team they can't call a former player in Oliver Luck just to have chat it up, have a conversation? Hey, this is Dan Snyder. Hey, Dan, it's Oliver. Yada, yada, yada. And they get around to Andrew Luck, right? Is Andrew happy being retired? Well, yeah, it looks like it, I think. Well, you might mention us next time, Blah, blah, blah. The Washington Post reported Monday that the Colts filed a request with the NFL a day after the Colts owner, Jim Irsay, tweeted that any team that reaches out to the former Indianapolis Colts quarterback should expect tampering violations. Irsay sent a tweet after a Saturday ESPN report that the Commanders had, quote, phoned about retired Andrew Luck during their 2022 offseason pursuit of a quarterback. Per the Post report citing a member of Luck's camp, the Commanders did not reach out to Luck. We got some ass covering going on. His father or uncle who works as his agent. A source with knowledge of the Colts request told the Post that the franchise wants the league to determine if there was improper contact with Luck through some, intermediates, right? Luck retired unexpectedly at 29 years old with 3 years remaining on his contract. And the Colts have been in quarterback hell ever since, And it's been a revolving door. Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan, Phillip Rivers, who actually did play pretty well for the Colts, but he was at the end of his career. It wasn't like they could give Phillip for 5 years, and Phillip had lost some of that juice in that arm, right? It's been a mess. Drafted Anthony Richardson. I wouldn't have drafted him number 3 overall. I wouldn't have. But that's neither here nor there. Now they're looking at trying to reset. Shane Steichen, if anybody's going to make Anthony Richardson into a Pro Bowler or a capable starting NFL quarterback, it will probably be him. Shout out Andy Reid or Kyle Shanahan. As other two, Sean Payton, Sean McVay, these quarterback guru types that might be able to turn somebody like Anthony Richardson into a functional NFL franchise quarterback. We'll have to see. Does this surprise me that the Commanders inquired about Luck or may have? Absolutely not. I mean, these kind of conversations, make no mistake, are happening all the time behind the scenes. All these agents know all of these media guys, all these general managers, all these coaches know all of the media guys and know all the agents. I mean, these conversations are going on behind the scenes about players on other teams all the time. They say, a certain time of the year is tampering season. Bullshit. There have been rumors about players already forecasting a different team and where they want to go during the previous season they're still playing in. All right? That has been a thing that has happened. Now, if it's proven, all right, by way of digital trail, let's put it that way, breadcrumbs, then yeah, they might be a tampering violation coming out of this because they can figure this out. They can track it down if there's enough to go on. Think about it. Stephen Ross, Tom Brady, Miami Dolphins. Yeah, they can do that. They can absolutely prove it if they start really, really looking into records and getting involved with all the appropriate people. Now, Dan Snyder looks to be on his way out of Washington for sure. Are the league going to want to ruffle feathers of a brand new owner who wasn't even involved in this shit? I don't know. Does it shock me that Dan Snyder would have done this? Hell no. Not no, but hell no. Of course it doesn't. Tell me what you think, Black and White Sports 2 supporters. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment as always. Check us out on podcast. All the audio from all of our videos available wherever you get your podcast from. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.